Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel Old Charles, where we explore the fascinating world of coins, currency, and collectibles from around the globe. In today's video, we're going to dive deep into the story of the Philippines 25 Sentimo coin from 1986, its history, its design, and most importantly, its current value for collectors and coin enthusiasts. So, if you've ever found this coin lying around at home, or if you're simply curious about its worth, stay tuned because we're about to uncover everything you need to know. The 25 Sentimo coin of 1986 belongs to the Flora and Fauna series introduced by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. This series was launched in the early 1980s, running from 1983 up to 1994, with the goal of promoting the country's rich biodiversity alongside its historical heroes. On the obverse side of the coin, you'll find the portrait of Juan Luna, a Filipino painter, sculptor, and political activist during the Philippine Revolution. He's one of the national heroes remembered for his world-famous painting Spoliarium. On the reverse side, the coin features an image of the Philippine Palawan peacock pheasant, a rare and beautiful bird native to the Philippines, symbolizing the nation's diverse wildlife. Alongside, you'll also see the text Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas and the year of minting, which in this case is 1986. Made of brass, this coin has a distinct golden yellow look. Its diameter measures 20 mm and it has a reeded edge. Back in 1986, this coin was part of everyday life in the Philippines, commonly used for small transactions such as buying candies, jeepney fares, or small snacks. 1986 was a significant year in Philippine history. It was the year of the People Power Revolution, when Filipinos peacefully overthrew the dictatorship of Ferdinand Marcos and restored democracy under President Corazon Aquino. The 25 Sentimo coin of 1986 circulated during this historic transition period. Country's political and cultural history. While its face value was small, at that time 25 centimos could still buy a few small items. Today, however, it holds more value as a collector's coin rather than for everyday spending. Now let's talk about value. Like most collectible coins, the value of a Philippines 25 Sentimo 1986 coin depends heavily on its condition. If your coin is heavily circulated, with scratches, discoloration, and signs of wear, its value is usually around Cuban peso 5 to 10 Cuban pesos, Philippine pesos, or just a few US cents. A coin in fine to very fine condition may be worth Cuban peso 15 to 30 Cuban pesos to collectors. If your coin is in extremely fine condition, where details of Juan Luna and the peacock pheasant are still sharp and clear, it can fetch between Cuban peso 40 to 80 Cuban pesos. And finally, if you own an uncirculated or mint condition coin, one that has been preserved carefully with no scratches, dents, or fading, collectors might pay anywhere from Cuban peso 100 to 150 Cuban pesos, depending on demand. For international collectors, these prices translate roughly to $0.10 up to $3 USD, depending on the grade of the coin. The 1986 25 Sentimo isn't considered extremely rare since many were minted and circulated widely. However, because it belongs to the Flora and Fauna series, which is popular among coin collectors, it still attracts good interest, especially when preserved in better conditions. Collectors also value this coin for its historical significance, since 1986 was a turning point in Philippine history. So, while it may not make you instantly rich, it's definitely a piece worth keeping in your collection. So to sum it up, the Philippines 25 Sentimo coin from 1986 may not have a very high monetary value today, but it carries immense historical and cultural worth. For those passionate about coins, it's not always about how much money a coin is worth. Sometimes it's about the stories it tells, the history it witnessed, and the diameter ***. It was produced in large quantities and circulated widely, making it part of the daily lives of Filipinos in the late 1980s and early 1990s. In terms of usage, the 25 Sentimo coin back then had decent buying power. You could use it for small purchases such as jeepney fares, school snacks, or even a few pieces of candy. Though it may seem small today, in 1986 it was still useful in the everyday economy. Overall, the Philippines 25 Sentimo 1986 coin isn't just about currency, it reflects a unique period of transition, combining national heroes, cultural identity, and natural heritage, while also circulating during one of the most historic years in the nation's history. When it comes to coin collecting, the condition of a coin is the single most important factor that determines its value. For the Philippines 25 Sentimo 1986 coin, collectors usually look at how much wear and tear the coin has gone through since its circulation. Here's a simple breakdown of how condition affects this coin's value. Some coins may also have toning, where the brass changes color naturally over time. Light golden or rainbow-like toning can sometimes add interest for collectors, but heavy corrosion usually reduces value. Coins kept in albums, holders, or protective cases since the 1980s usually remain in the best condition and fetch higher values. Circulated coins, especially from pocket change, almost always show heavy wear, which is why uncirculated examples are harder to find today. So in short, while the Philippines 25 Sentimo 1986 coin is not extremely rare, condition makes all the difference. A worn-out coin may only be worth a few pesos, but a well-preserved uncirculated piece could be worth 20 to 30 times more to the right collector.